Hey guys, let's talk about Alyssa Milano. She recently posted a link to GoFundMe page for her son's baseball team, supporting her son's baseball team trip. And a lot of users of X flooded her replies with frustrations and angry responses, where they said that basically Alyssa, who's a multimillionaire herself, she married a famous Hollywood agent who's also a multimillionaire, and they're asking for GoFundMe page. How about to fund baseball trip herself? And let's see what people say. So criticisms poured on social media, including from one X user who wrote, "I'm sure she's getting residuals as we speak. Why isn't Alyssa Milano paying for the trip for the whole team herself?" wrote another. "Why she's asking money from people who can barely buy groceries?" And on the one hand, I can say it's nothing wrong of posting GoFundMe page to share it with people, so more people will get to know about it, because she definitely have more followers than every one of other his teammates' moms combined, and moms and dads combined. So it was okay thing to do, but on the other hand, she should have known better. You gotta carefully think about what you do, especially right now. A lot of people struggling because of this crazy inflation and what's going on in the economy. That's why a bunch of people criticizing the government right now. So at this moment to post something like that, if you're a multimillionaire, it's extremely inappropriate. Another social media user wondered, do rich people really just completely lose touch with reality? She has people living paycheck to paycheck, pitching for her son. WTF has happened to us? You're a rich actress in Hollywood and you're begging for money for your kid? Snapped the next user. Yeah, I like the jokes, but honestly, I can defend her position. She's like, oh, I actually pay for this, but pay for that for the baseball team. I just want to share their link, what they doing. I don't want to pay for everything. That's not my obligation to pay for everything, even though I'm a multimillionaire. But also people forget that rich people, they do have expenses. I understand it's not it's not even close to us. She has a security guard. She probably has her own driver, a couple of mansions. So I'm not even gonna say that she's poor. Yeah, of course not. But she wanted to do a good thing by posting a GoFundMe page. But let's see what she did in what scandals she did in her past. In 2018, she attended a gun control rally where a National Rifle Association NRA member confronted her security guard, asked if he was armed, received no answer, and was escorted away from the scene. In September 2020, after vocally supporting the Defund the Police movement, she and her husband were accused of calling 911 on what she purportedly believed was an armed stalker on her property. So yeah, she made a lot of controversial moves, and I think it's a part of that because people remember this stuff. It's a bunch of people who actually say one thing but do another, especially millionaires. I know some actors supporting higher taxes. You should pay more taxes when they talk about rich people, and they include themselves basically. And then we find out that they have this offshore account, they pay less taxes, they don't pay any taxes, but publicly they support that. And we'll see middle class people actually paying all of this stuff because it's the IRS taking money from their paychecks and they cannot do anything about it. While these actors, entrepreneurs who are pushing for higher taxes can use loopholes in our tax laws to make themselves pay less. Same with Alyssa Milano. She's basically saying that, oh, do that or do this, I'm against this, I'm against that, but doing completely opposite when it comes to herself and her family. That's why a lot of people frustrated with her actions, even though it's not completely fair in my opinion. Again, maybe she's trying to do a good thing. For example, you have your kid at school and they're doing some fundraising event and you're like, okay, I'm gonna post it. And another thing that journalists actually found that Alyssa Milano didn't give donations by herself, at least by her own name. She didn't give any donations to her kid's baseball trip officially to this GoFundMe page. So, it's not smart at all. She's being foolish right now. At least if you're posting a link like that, you should have done something oh, I posted this link, I made a donation for a couple of $1,000s, And yeah, do a good thing. Even though right now with those wars going on, billions of dollars getting washed from the economy, a lot of people struggling, a lot of refugees in the world, I think support baseball trip of your team being out of reach, like one user of X actually wrote to her. So she called 911 allegedly, and then she denied making the initial 911 call, insisting that a neighbor of hers had in fact been the first to ring the authorities. Her denial was backed up by a spokesperson for the sheriff's office. However, Milano admitted in a statement to Fox News that after the neighbor made the first call, her husband followed up on the phone with first responders in order to check on when police would be arriving. Yeah, that's funny though. Like, I mean, these people are foolish. Like, that's my honest opinion. Like, if you support and defund the police, you're against the police. First of all, this movement is foolish. Like, I'm sorry. Like, a lot of people are gonna say, oh, they did a lot of bad stuff. They do, but just reform them. How can you defund the police and you see this crime rates go spike, go high? And you see these big cities like New York, LA, Chicago. Chicago is like half of the city, like gang members killing each other. And he's saying defund the police? Reform the police. We need this reform. Like, it's clear. People on the right, on the left, they're gonna say the same thing. Reform the police. We need a better police. Even though, like, some politicians, of course, are gonna say, like, oh no, police is good where it is right now. No, I think you gotta reform the police. Like, I mean, I don't have anything against the police, but crime rates are going higher. So, some controversial killings. Even though, like, we can say, like, oh, these killings were justified because there were criminals. No, you cannot kill somebody just on the street if you're a police officer. It's like, it's not good. It's not fine. And I want to know, what do you think? Let's discuss. Like always, share your opinion in the comment section. Also, share, like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye.